Hey everyone, either welcome or welcome back to my channel. Unfortunately, I have to start this video by admitting that not once, not twice, but 3 times I've endured the unfortunate fate of a car accident. I was quite lucky to walk away from all 3 of said accidents without a scratch on me, but I'm not particularly proud of how I dealt with the first 2. I should have had my insurance card in the glove box, as I do now in my current car. But even though I didn't, I should have called my mom, who owned the car, and asked her what to do. But that's what I did do when, just before going back to college this past summer, I got into another accident where I accidentally failed to yield at a stop sign and crashed my left fender into that of a driver who was coming from that direction. My goal right now is to make the video I wish I'd watched when I got into my first car accident so that I might have handled it better. Try to see the advice I'm dispensing not as hypocrisy, but as the spoken lesson of someone who learned it the hard way. This video is mostly so that you will be prepared in the event of a minor accident with little to no injuries. If you've just been in a major accident and think that you need to go to the hospital or something, close YouTube right away and call 911. Assuming you're not freaking out in a wrecked car in the middle of the road and you're just here trying to figure out what to do if that ever does happen, let's get started. When you first get into an accident, you may not think that you're injured because you supposedly feel fine. That's because sometimes symptoms of an injury take several hours or even days to appear. Check all over your body, make sure you're able to move all parts of it, and if you're not, seek medical assistance immediately. If and when you determine that you're okay, and there's another car involved in the accident, assess the injuries of the person or people in the other car. Remember, if you get into an accident and one or more of the other people involved are injured, you are legally obligated to help them. This will most likely consist of calling 911 for them. You should provide actual medical aid only if you know what you're doing. If you don't, any attempt to provide medical aid will only make their injuries worse. Unless you're too injured to do so, or the car is damaged to the point of no longer being operational, pull your car over to the side of the road, preferably on the shoulder, so that it's not blocking the flow of traffic or likely to cause another accident. If you're able to, which is more ideal if your car is the only one involved, pull into the nearest parking spot. Once you've taken in the accident and gotten yourself to safety, the next thing you're going to want to do is call the police. They may or may not respond, depending on the severity and location of the accident. But if they do, when the officer arrives at the scene of the accident, gather the following information: the officer's name, badge number, and contact information. The officer will then make a document called an accident report, which sums up the accident, including when and how it happened, what the weather and road conditions were like, and which party was ultimately responsible. This document is very important for any legal and insurance matters regarding the accident, so you don't want to lose it. Depending on the severity of the accident, you may need to have your car towed to a collision repair place, junkyard, or some other place of the like. If your insurance policy includes AAA or roadside assistance, call the number on your insurance card, which you should keep in your glove box for these kinds of situations, and someone will come over with a tow truck. If you don't have roadside assistance, the police officer will likely call a tow truck for you. Either way, that's not the end. There are some things you need to do while you're waiting for the tow truck. Inevitably, you're going to need to talk to the police and to the other driver involved in the accident. In fact, if you try to disappear from the scene of the crash without disclosing your identity, you are guilty of a criminal offense called hit and run. And that's worse than anything you might already be getting ticketed for. When you go to have this mandatory conversation, the number one thing you do not want to do is assign blame for the accident either to yourself or the other party. If the other driver is cranky or aggressive, you really don't want to stir the pot. The information you should share includes your names, addresses, phone numbers, the extent of your injuries and of anyone else who is in the car, your insurance policies and respective companies' phone numbers, and the years, makes, and models of your respective cars. Even if you don't end up calling your insurance company for roadside assistance, you will eventually need to contact them to file a claim, regardless of how minor the accident was or whose fault it was. Not doing so can leave you liable for any damage that occurred in the accident. When you contact your insurance company to make the claim, have the following on hand: photos and videos taken on your phone of damage done to your car in the accident report, the date, time, and exact location of the crash, the information you exchanged with the other driver, and any other important details regarding the accident. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that thanks to this video, you won't have to learn how to deal with a car accident properly the hard way like I did. Because no matter how good of a driver you are, there are still people who aren't as good of drivers as you are, and you'll probably run into them out on the road, quite literally, and it's going to be disastrous. And if you're not that great of a driver, well, but either way, even the best of drivers might slip up now and then like I did. What important life skills and emergency procedures would you like me to make videos on? Let me know in the comments down below. And to get these important life skills videos, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!